Good morning. It's Monday morning, and we are in Asanvari Bay on the southern tip of Maewo Island in the central area of Vanuatu. We arrived this weekend, and we've already been ashore and in the village here. And Chief Nelson is not in the village. He's out on medical, so his son is standing in, and his son has kindly permitted us full access to the village. And we are going ashore here shortly to visit the school. We've got some school supplies for the children, and we'll take our cameras in and get a little bit of footage of this lovely place. This is by far one of the nicest places we've been to, not only in Vanuatu, but in the South Pacific. We're on the beach in front of the village on Asanvari Bay, and Horizon is safely moored right off the reef there. Getting ready to go into the school to visit with the school children and deliver a few school supplies, and then continue our walk through the village. You may have noticed I have a dress on and my arms are covered. The women here in Vanuatu dress very conservatively, and as a show of respect for their customs, they ask the yachties to do the same, and it's an honor to do so. So we keep our knees covered, our legs, and our shoulders covered as we walk through the villages. Let's go see what we have. We're in the main part of the village right at the moment, and over here, this is a new house that they're in the process of weaving the walls for it. They weave the walls out of bamboo, and they're very sturdy, and they seem to last a long time. In some of the other homes that you'll see, they've painted them. This is the first time we've seen one under construction. It's quite interesting the way they do that, and they're very strong. And then they put in a thatched roof, which repels all but I think the strongest rain. So it's a very efficient use of the supplies that they've got at hand. Here's the dispensary facility that has been provided largely by donations from yachties and some offshore funding. They've got a delivery room for maternity. There's a nurse on staff. It is powered by solar panels, and it is the medical services for the approximately 110 people that live in this village. There are approximately 500 people that live on the southern end of the island, but in this village there's somewhere between 100 and 110.
Je vis en train d'aider à fabriquer un mur de maison.
Avec du bambou.
Avec du bambou,
This is the building that Victory will be putting the mats that she's weaving now up as walls. You can see that the this material is bamboo. The structure is made of logs, and the roof is corrugated metal that has been brought in probably from Port Vila. And some of the buildings have concrete floors, some of them do not. Some of them are hard-packed floors with mats to keep the floors covered as well. Monuments that have been erected, and over the actual grave sites of the last two known cannibals to live on this end of the island of Maewo. These two men were killed in 1814 after they ambushed and killed the young son of the chief of the time of the village. The villagers were newly introduced to Christianity by a Protestant minister, and had decided that cannibalism was no longer going to be a practice, an everyday practice. But the last two people to hold out decided instead to attack the son of the chief, and as a result they were killed, and their graves have been put here as a reminder that should anyone decide to revert to cannibalism, that they are brought here and made to lay on these stones as reminders of the horrors of cannibalism, and how they should avoid going back to those old ways at all costs. Behind me is Pentecost Island, and Pentecost Island is the ancestral home of most of the people that currently live on Maewo. For a long time, Maewo was considered far too dangerous a place to live because of the cannibalism that was rampant here. And now, because of overcrowding on Pentecost, people are moving here to improve their quality of life. We traveled up the eastern coast of Pentecost in our yacht a couple of days ago, and when you're looking at the island from a yacht, you can barely tell that there's anybody on it, because the foliage in the jungle obscures all of the villages. When in fact on Pentecost there are several thousand people living there, and on the eastern side of the island, which is the windward side, because there are very few anchorages on that side of the island, there are very few visitors as well, and in some cases it's been over 10 years since Europeans of any sort have visited those islands.